Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat about something that I see all the time, and I literally mean all the time on social media. And it just baffles my mind because it's clear that people do not talk to doctors, they don't know any doctors. Whereas for me, I've known a number of medical doctors personally, right? I have coached medical doctors as clients. I know some coaches who are medical doctors. And by and large, every single one of them say without fail that they always recommend diet and exercise. Okay? I want to be very clear on that. Every single last one of them recommend diet, exercise, and lifestyle interventions for their patients. Okay? I've even done consultations and clients and stuff with people who work in other parts of the medical stuff who are maybe involved in kidney dialysis and things, right? Technicians for that. I had actually did a consultation with one. They all say the same thing. People refuse to do it. So everyone's always like, oh, all they are is pill pushers. All they are is pill pushers. And they don't ever tell us, and it's up to, no. It's that 95% of the population ignore it when they give that advice. So let's be clear on this. If a person is pre-diabetic or they have a really high risk for cardiovascular disease or they're already developing a condition, the doctors, when they tell them they have to make lifestyle changes, what do you think they do? They ignore it. All right? By and large, do you know what a lot of them say? Hey, is there a pill you can give me instead? So the doctors then have to prescribe the pills, or when they're too far gone, they have to put them on medications, even if they start the lifestyle interventions, because they have to manage the symptoms and they have to keep them alive long enough for the interventions to work. So the idea that people have who are in any way related to fitness, well, the doctors don't do that. And half the time, the people who are in these communities discussing this stuff don't even know enough about nutrition to make good choices. You start looking at what they're doing, like, well, these doctors just tell us this, and they just want to keep us sick. And you look at what they're eating, and what they're eating might be slightly better than the standard American diet, but it's really not that good. It'll be some keto group dumping butter in their coffee every day, right? They do bacon and then fry their eggs in the bacon grease first thing in the morning and put butter on everything, and then really and truly honestly they legitimately think that they know more than their medical doctor about nutrition. Well, clearly you don't. Clearly you have not looked at the science if you think that that's appropriate. Like, even if you wanted to do a low carb diet, and there are absolutely instances where cutting carbohydrates way down can be useful in some cases. Okay? That is not the appropriate way to do it. That's the bullshit internet weird fad diet way to do it. And you might lose some weight and get a little better at first, but once your weight loss stabilizes, you're going to have other health problems that come up. You're still going to be insulin resistant. Right? So it's just ludicrous. But people really have this idea. They don't think that doctors know this. Okay? But they do want people to diet and exercise. And it's just insane because every doctor I talk to says this. And then they say all their peers say this. Okay? We have to be clear on this. But the thing is, doctors and medical experts realize that we live in a society where that is not what people want. People don't want to give up their chocolate cheesecake or whatever every day. They don't want to give up their burgers and fries every day. They don't want to give that up. So then the only way to keep them from dying is to give them medications. Once they get really sick, the doctors don't have a choice because they're there to keep you alive. They're there to save your life the best that they can. All right, people are putting themselves in these situations where medication is really the only solution, so that's then what they do. And here's the other thing. How many of the people are like, well, I go to my doctor? It's like, yeah, because when they see you walk in and they know that you don't work out or eat well, They mention it to you, but they already oftentimes know you're not going to do it. So again, it's not the fit, healthy people with this problems. Most of these diseases, we're not the ones suffering from them. Okay? So we're not the ones interacting with it. So the thing is, I see all these people then who say, well, I've had to go for this one. I'm like, well, you developed this condition to begin with. And that's what I think is fascinating. A lot of these people online will say this, and it's like, but you already have these issues, so you clearly ignored this advice for 20 years. All of you ignored this advice for 20 years, and then now you're going to claim that doctors want to just give you pills. Well, you clearly were never interested in fitness and health, or you wouldn't be a type 2 diabetic. You wouldn't have these other problems if you gave a single shit about it at any point in your entire life. Come on. Oh, it's ludicrous of how much denial people are in, and they really clearly don't know medical doctors and don't talk to any of them. Again, by and large, they are very open to lifestyle change interventions, but the problem is people don't implement them until they are so far gone that they don't have a choice, right? And then by that same token, half the time their idea, well, yeah, I guess I'll do it, and the doctors should have done different instead of pushing me pills. And you look at what they're doing, and what they're doing is still way below average for anyone involved in fitness. Like their lifestyles are still not fit. They get up and walk a little bit. Maybe they do a little arm work with some resistance training. Where's all the squats and deadlifts? Why haven't you been getting under a barbell? It's like, oh, you think you're going to eat a butter and egg diet and that's then your solution. Why aren't you eating piles of fruits and vegetables and lean protein? You're not even fit now. No, you clearly have no interest in it. So it's this complete nonsense, and it's like, because that's the difference, guys. People who actually want fitness interventions, you see what I'm doing in this video, this is the stuff they would be doing. People who might be chiming in may not be aware of how old I am. Yeah, I'm not in my 30s, kids. I'm not one of you kiddos. The young, spry age of 35 and stuff. 35, man, you guys should be deadlifting 700 pounds and be running marathons. That youthful age. All right. It's just ludicrous. Right? It's ludicrous because half the people talking about all they do is push pills, they still don't even have a fit lifestyle. What are you talking about? You don't live a fit lifestyle even now. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.